Music in New Zealand, and Martin Winch knows this better than anyone. He's been a professional guitarist for 10 years, Martin. Been around for years, played on the John Hannon records, I think, in the early days. Even paying the rent's been a major worry, but this has all changed because of a CD called Espresso Guitar. And you've probably seen it advertised, you probably may have heard it on the radio, seen it in the shops. It's his first album, and in its second week of release, it's already gone #3 on the music charts in New Zealand. And predictions are it could sell millions of copies overseas. Ian Sinclair with Martin Winch.
Martin Winch, playing music from an album that was half a lifetime in the making.
This album took 35 years to make.
These days you'll hear his guitar in music shops around the land, advertised on TV, soaring up the charts. Martin Winch has struggled his whole life as a session musician and music teacher.
I've had many days and weeks where I haven't known where the rent was coming from.
He saved up money for a basement studio, laid down a demo.
This is a regular Stratocaster guitar, but it has a special pickup on it, which is a MIDI pickup, which means I can generate any sound. At the moment I've got a sound which is perhaps suitable for the Titanic.
Enter entrepreneur Murray Thom.
No question that Martin's got the talent.
Better known for selling personalised plates, it was he who took pianist Carl Doy to success with his Piano by Candlelight series. So far, they've sold 3 million albums.
There's no question that I believe that Espresso Guitar has the ability to sell several million albums.
Murray Thom added the talent of harmonica player Brendan Power and the power of the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra.
I'm really thrilled. I'm very proud of it.
The Thom marketing machine followed and the title was born, Espresso Guitar. Suddenly, those years of practice would pay off.
Hey Martin, I got good news.
Yes?
Your album's just gone top 3.
Hey!
Good boy. Well done.
Thank
Excellent
you.
news.
That's great, isn't it?
Good news. So well
It's
done.
fantastic. It's the old story. I'm one of many professional musicians in this country who have played for the people anytime they can. And I've been professional for a long time. In other words, I live off the proceeds of music. And I've had good times and bad times, and but it is a struggle.
Martin still teaches guitar.
C6 to G, B, C.
But these days his pupils have heard him before they meet him.
Carry right along. There's much discussion in here about various freaks upon the guitar. Now, we've got with us Martin Winch, who's just released his album called Espresso Guitar. You can hear him picking away in the background if that's the appropriate... Can't shout him up, in fact. Well, he's grabbed the #1 spot in the album charts here. Only a month after its release, it's been selling like short blacks and Ponsonby cafes. In fact, it's reached platinum status, and I'm not sure what that means, so I'm going to ask Murray Thom about that in a minute. And it's selling about 1,000 copies a day. All right, Martin Winch, of course, the man behind the guitar, and Murray Thom, I guess the man behind the album in a way. Welcome.
Thank you.
So what does platinum mean? How many have you sold?
Well, we've actually sold a little over 20,000 in its first month. Platinum is 15,000.
So that's a good go in this country, isn't it?
It's great, it really is.
You've been struggling for, what, 35 years? Can you believe it?
Well, not all of it was a struggle, but
it's been up and down, though.
A very up and down roller coaster, yeah. So I've been playing a long time. So,
do I need to pinch you, or is it feeling real?
You need to pinch me. It's I'm very proud of what's happened, of course, you know, but it doesn't quite feel real. in a way. But I'll get used to it.
How did you get together with Murray? Because he's helped a lot, or a
I've
bit.
done some demos already, and I was doing a session for Carl Doy on playing on one of his albums, and I played what I'd done to Carl, and he said, "Oh, that sounds nice." And Murray arrived just out of the blue, I think, and Carl said, "Maybe you'd like to listen to this," and Murray had a listen, and he said, "Look, I've been thinking of doing a guitar album," so we shook on it then and there.
It's a happy coincidence, really, wasn't it?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
You were behind the Carl Doy album. What did that sell? A lot.
A lot. Carl's now done over 3 million copies around the world of the Piano by Candlelight series, so it's actually the biggest selling series of albums that have ever been produced out of New Zealand, so it's been great. But of course, Martin's been doing a lot of session work for us over the years, a number of different albums, so we knew how great he was as a guitarist, and then we put everybody together, put the members of the NZSO together as well, and made Espresso Guitar out of it.
Yeah, now that was interesting. Your thought, or was it...
I think it's a combination of, of Martin, Carl and I. It's a nice three-way collaboration to make it happen, basically.
3 million albums for Carl around the world. Do you start to make some serious money on that?
Yes,
I mean, is
you do.
Martin likely to get rich here?
We sure hope so. I think that, not only are we doing well in New Zealand, but now all the international record companies are saying, we'd like to be serviced this and we'd like to have a look at it. And I was just speaking to Sony in Australia last night. We will definitely get some good international releases out of it. There's no two ways about that. Who can predict how many we might sell as a result? But, we've certainly got a great album and it's already proven itself popular.
How do you know?
How do you know what?
How do you know at the beginning that it's going to work or it may work?
I think we all come about that from a different way. I personally make an album that I think that I personally will enjoy. Having made an album that I think I will enjoy, I believe that many others will also enjoy it. That's my own parameters of judgment, if you know what I mean. I think you need to start saying, hey, I really like it, and therefore I hope a few other people share that enthusiasm.
Martin, are you still teaching, or have you given up the day job?
Oh, no, I'm still teaching.
I bet you get a different response from your pupils now, though.
In what way?
Well, here you are, sort of selling at the top of the charts. It would be all right.
Oh, I see. Well, not really, no. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of that, but no, I just carry on teaching.
So carry on with the day job. Another album in
Well,
the
it's
pipeline?
not a day job, it's just, I don't actually teach full-time, so I just have, maybe 10 guys a week come around the house, that sort of thing.
Another album in the pipeline, or...?
I hope so.
Right.
I'm going strong here. I want to keep going.
Yeah, great, and great to get it overseas perhaps too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
All right, you're going to play us something?
Oh, well, I could play a little bit of Fire and Rain, which is on here.
That's my favourite. Because I was going to ask you for it if you weren't going to play it.
Well, lucky that, isn't it?
That's where the strings come in. Then I would go into the chorus, but I'm not going to now.
You're not going to save it for those who buy the...
And all the strings would be in the band, and,
It's just lovely, isn't it?
That's cool.
Yep.
And you don't have long nails. I'm sorry to interrupt. Just long nails. When I was learning guitar, they always said have long nails on your picking hand and short nails on your other side for the strings.
Well, there's a story about that. I have tremendous trouble with nails. My natural nails are very thin, and they break all the time. So anybody out there with some advice on this?
Would be calcium, would it?
It could
More
be.
milk.
More milk. But no, they're supposed to be long, and they sound much better when they're longer nails, yeah.
There's a clue. All right, Martin Winch, Mary Thom, thanks.
Espresso Guitar, a very warm welcome to Martin Winch.
They say good things take time, and it's taken over 3 years of work to organise 6 great guitarists for one evening. The first World Series Guitar Festival was the original idea of Kiwi musician Gray Bartlett. And one of the highlights on Sunday will be Martin Winch, whose recent album Espresso Guitar just spent 3 weeks at #1.
I'm really thrilled for the guitar that it can still do that. It can overtake so many other CDs and go straight to the top with guitar music.
This Sunday will be a major event, particularly for guitar enthusiasts. But for those who lost touch with the traditional round-the-campfire instrument, it seems the music scene is rediscovering the glory of the guitar.
We're starting to get interested in really good playing, people who play the guitar really well, as opposed to the, I guess, and this is not meant in a derogatory sense, but as opposed to the Hendrix type using all the pedals and stuff. I think people are getting back to the pure guitar sounds, and there's no question that that's come back into vogue again.
Are we good at it in general?
Yes, we are. There's lots of great guitar players in this country. In Auckland alone, there's maybe 20 really good guitar players. It's a shame there isn't more opportunity for them,
American guitar virtuoso Leo Kotke is an act that's expected to draw a big crowd. And Australia's Tommy Emmanuel will also be on show. The organisers hope to make the 2.5-hour guitar extravaganza an annual event. Bernadine Lim, 3 News.
Maybe some other Kiwi guitarists could
The album playing, but it's likely you've never heard of the man behind the music. His name is Martin Winch. These are the fingers behind a #1 triple platinum album. Not a bad accomplishment for a guitarist who used to make a living playing jingles and has never had formal lessons. But Martin Winch is getting used to the sound of success.
We were having a meal in a restaurant last night and they started playing my CD, and I'm not uncomfortable with it, but I'd actually probably rather hear something else while I'm out eating.
Winch has strummed his way through the pub scene, backed international bands and had a couple of his own. But it's Espresso Guitar, his collaboration with the NZSO, that's given him a shot of the big time. Volume 2 is currently in the top 10. Like Espresso 1, it's gone platinum, and there's huge overseas interest. For each album, around 40 demos were recorded. The challenge, finding pieces that don't need lyrics to sound good.
The melody has to be able to transfer from the vocal to the guitar. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. And that's quite critical for me. If I can't feel something in it, it'll sound bland. I just know that,
At this stage, there are no plans for Volume 3. Martin's instead hoping to record some of his own work. He has thousands of ideas that he hopes will sell just as well.
The nicest things that have happened to me from making these records are telegrams and emails I've had from people, sometimes lonely people, people living by themselves, people who've got great comfort out of these recordings.
Winch even has 10 guitars, and he plays them all.
I don't even have any fingerprints left on this hand. The police would have a hard job with me.
He might not have any fingerprints, but he's definitely got his own identity.